There we go. We're live. Accidentally closed it the moment I started. Odd Shopper live, everybody. Monday, September 9th. We have the NFL sort of in the rear view for this week. We still have Monday Night Football yet to go, and that is going to play a big role in Odd Shopper live. I'm Josh Engleman. By the way, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. And if you're watching on Twitter, well, make sure you're following me. Follow Odd Shopper on Twitter. Follow so many different things on Twitter. We got a lot to talk about today. And it's going to look a lot like Thursday and Friday did, which means we're going to be trying to hunt down all of the potential value we can find for tonight on Monday Night Football. These sports books and these pick'em sites are going to give us some outs, and we are going to try to find them. We're going to find them right now. So if you're here, thank you for being here. I got a water I'm going to take a sip of. But let's break it down and find out what exactly is out there on the MLB streets for today. Today, I put in, where's it hiding? Miguel Vargas plus 750 to homer. You got that if you subscribe to my marketplace earlier today. That is now 630. So I acknowledge that one was definitely an outlier line, and it moved almost immediately. But that's not what we're worried about today. Today we're worried about promos. Right out of the gate, NFL, no sweat, same game parlay for tonight. Claim. We can build a 3-leg plus same game parlay. It will cost us $0. Best case scenario, we win it like we did on Thursday and 10x our money. Worst case scenario, we just get it back. 50% profit boost token on any live wager. Nothing we can do with that right now, but absolutely claim it if you can. Take it right out of the gate. Take it 1 second into the game if you want. You want to just take one of the sides of this game for a 50% boost? That's going to be a profitable decision for you because a 50% boost is going to take you out of a lot of mistakes. We also have an NFL no sweat same game parlay token for Thursday Night Football, Miami and Buffalo. I'm going to claim that right now so we don't forget, but we are going to build that one out on Thursday. Now, that's everything on the FanDuel side. I actually expected them to have something else, maybe a baseball thing to like make things interesting. But at the very least, the first thing we are doing today is building out a 3-leg same game parlay on FanDuel. We are not letting this value go to waste. So if you're here and you want to chat, whether you're on YouTube or on Twitter, let me know some of the things that you're looking at for this game. Because I don't have a beat on it. It's football, and I don't care. What I am going to do, though, is hop on over to Odd Shopper, and I am going to set this to and we're going to see what else is actually out there. Can we find anything that has some value? Aaron Rodgers over 2.5 rushing yards is actually a recommended play on FanDuel right now. So, as I see it, Aaron Rodgers over 2.5 rushing yards is going to be the first thing that we put in here. Now, do we have any value on these first two plays that are at Fanatics? -3, -4, -3% value on Kittle. Aaron Rodgers passing yards at -1. So we got a lot of very neutral lines right here. So if we're going over on Aaron Rodgers rushing yards, I mean, 3 is not, that's not going to dictate anything. I kind of want to go to under on the passing yards since it's sitting here. So we're going to go Rodgers over rushing yards. Rodgers under passing yards. Now, at the top end, it's Breece Hall over receiving yards. I don't want to add that because I don't think it syncs well with what we're trying to do. But I will go under 5.5 receptions to Garrett Wilson, which we have negative 4% EV. So, like, we're not going to be able to find a ton of value. But if we take Garrett Wilson under 5.5 receptions at plus 155. Or sorry, plus 122. I was reading off the over under there. That's 3. So right now, no sweat whatsoever on that 3-legger. We can only do 10. They've cut that down quite a bit from where we were previously. But I want to add at least one more leg. So we're pretty negative on the Jets. The Aaron Rodgers rushing yard prop is mostly meaningless. Feels like we go over 61.5 rushing yards on Breece Hall. If we're going to go under on Rodgers. But at the same time, that could just feel unappealing. We could go under 75.5 rushing yards for Christian McCaffrey. I kind of like that. In theory, though, the play that we're going to take is Juwan Jennings over 15.5 receiving yards. Even though that's not the spot where we have the value, these 4 plays get us to plus 1120. Now, it's only $10. This is a tenth of a unit. But we're getting 11-1 on our money. And we don't even have to pay attention. If it wins, awesome. If it doesn't, we get that 10 back. So right away, this one's going in. 4 plays, single game parlay. Aaron Rodgers over rushing yards. Aaron Rodgers under passing yards. Garrett Wilson under receptions. Juwan Jennings over 18.5 receiving yards. Locked and loaded. We'll hit the live line tonight when the game starts. Now, let's see if Bet365 has anything interesting. Cleaning crew is here, so my dog is very excited to say hi to them. I would prefer it if he stopped yelling and barking, but what are you going to do? Oh, I need to enter my code. Done. What do we have? Okay. Boost your same game parlay. What was that? 50% did that say? I thought it was going to go to the promo. I'll tell you what. They really don't make this easy. So this isn't even... That's not even like a real promo. What are the terms of this promo? Let's just say I take McCaffrey and Breece Hall. Let's see what we can do now on the Bet365 side. I'm guessing it ends up looking very similar to what we were just looking at. Because 365 doesn't appear to be hanging anything interesting. So let's bounce around to some of the stuff we've already taken and see if it exists. Player rushing props, Aaron Rodgers over 2.5. I'm going to take the same situation here. Let's see if we can get that Jennings over on receiving yards. What was that Aaron Rodgers passing line? 249. Is that not hiding out there? Is it really 235? 235. Weird. 249 on basically everywhere else. Is there an alt line hanging around here that we can grab? Why is this line so different? I don't want to go 235. That's way too low. Honestly, we should probably be taking the over at that point. 235 minus 110. We're talking about 14 yards. I'm going to leave that one now because I just don't trust it. So Jennings receiving yards. Can we double up on this play? Kevin Engleman, I actually put out a PrizePicks card free earlier. I'll show that, but we're going to take a look at PrizePicks and pick'em sites at the end. All right, player receiving yards. Jennings is at 19.5. 4 yards higher. We're not looking at that one. Breece Hall receiving yards at 25. 27.5. I don't love that. Kittle receptions under 4.5. Kind of willing to take that over 3.5. Garrett Wilson receptions under 5.5. Does that exist? It does. And it's plus 120. Not the best line. 130 is out there at DraftKings, but let's look at those 4. We can profit boost that by 50%. I don't know what the most they're going to let us put down on this. But Rodgers rushing yards, Kittle receptions, and Garrett Wilson receptions under 10x your money. We're in at 50% profit boost. No reason to sleep on that either. 3 plays, relatively neutral, but that 50% profit boost buys us out of a bunch of negative 1 or 2% EV type options. Need them all, but absolutely worth the risk. TD Eckler said Purdy 2+ TDs. Not one I have a feel on, but that hits Bet 365. Does DraftKings have anything? Let me take a look. I'm guessing they have a couple generics. What does DraftKings have for tonight? So they have $50 profit boost on any bet. They got a 50% parlay boost for MLB. And they have 2 profit boosts for live next drive. So I'm going to opt into that one. We'll get that later. 50% profit boost, though. Seems like we should grab that as well. So let's build this one out on DraftKings. All right, we're opted in. Let's refresh these lines. Now, Falcons money line does not help us. That's next week. Garrett Wilson under receptions. We're going back to that one, though. That seems to be a good line. So we're going to get Garrett Wilson under 5.5 receptions at plus 130. I only really need like one more play here. Because we've got this 50% profit boost. So that takes that one from 130 to 195. We want one more play that we could add in here that looks good. Jennings line on DraftKings sucks. Aaron Rodgers rushing yards line on DraftKings sucks. Kittle receptions is not good. Purdy passing yards? -5. It's pretty thin out there. Rodgers passing yards under. That's at -5. I mean, if we're willing to take Garrett Wilson's receptions under, then I'm going to look at Rodgers passing yards under as well, once again. And I think that we're just going to double up on those two. Because if we do that, can we... All right. Same game parlay, receiving props, Garrett Wilson, under receptions, passing props, Rodgers, under. We take the 50% profit boost, take a plus 220 to a plus 330. Most we can do is 20 here. Kind of want to add a third, which in this case would be... You know what, Eckler? Let's go with it. Let's go with it. Purdy, 2+ passing touchdowns, -110. Now we have plus 550 turning into 825. And now we can get 20 down on that bad boy. We also have a no sweat TD bonus bet. So we're going to grab that next. So let's put this in. Bang. $20. We get a 50% boost on those 3 legs. Simple, guys. We're taking advantage of what they're giving us. But now, I need you guys to help me out. Who are we taking for our no sweat TD bonus? No risk here. We can take whoever we want in any way. Who do we want? I want to go first TD score. 800 on Debo to score the first TD. Sam says Conklin. 2,500 first, 425 any. I want something with longer odds since it's risk-free. We don't have to go, like, I wouldn't take Debo anytime. I want to, if I'm going to take somebody like Debo, I want to go first TD. Does anybody have any thoughts? Eckler said Brees and Debo. Sam said Conklin. If Conklin were a little bit longer anytime, I would go there. I kind of want like 500 or more. Jets D. Jordan Mason first TD. 3,500. Daisy, talk to me about this one. What are you seeing here? It's on flip. Mason first TD at 35-1. All right, let me look at that one quickly. I'm intrigued by it. It is the long shot I'm looking for. Wait. You know what? DZ, I see where you're going there. Are we safer off just taking Mason anytime, though, at 850? Like, here's what I'm going to do. I like this one the most. So I'm going to go Mason anytime TD. What's the most that I could put on this? Oh, it is. It's just 20. That's just what the bet can be. Mason, anytime TD for 20. We're in. But I want to have a little bit of a flyer on Jordan Mason first TD scorer. So let's put another 10 down on that one to chase it, just in case. 10th of a unit. All right. So we've hit the FanDuel bonuses and boosts for today. DZ, I like it, man. I'm in. We hit Bet365, and now we hit DraftKings. What's out there on the Pick'em streets? Speaking of Pick'em, Kapanekla, this one's for you. I put this one out earlier today. By the way, we finally settled up on all of those cards that we had over the past couple days. So, like, we got this Dak play in, and we got Mahomes from Thursday. So we were 3-1 heading to this one. We got Dak, so we doubled up on that one. We doubled up here on this one with Dak once again. This one was a real rough L. This one ended up hitting with the Caleb Williams free square. We hit all of those college. Honestly, the only play that lost was Tyler Fitzgerald, and it was days ago. This one doubled up as well. This one doubled up as well. This one doubled up as well. So we hit most of them, at least for a 2x that we grabbed. All right, Kapanekla, this is the one that I put in earlier today. These were my top 6 available plays on PrizePicks. I'm going to drop that link into chat. But I put that in earlier today and posted it to my free plays for the day. We do have... Oh, I guess we... Do we have any sort of free squares? I mean, we have this Caleb Williams free square, but that's not for just today. What do we actually have out there on PrizePicks? We can get Debo. We can get Walker Buehler strikeouts, which I've already bet. That's an over on Jennings receiving yards. That's too low. So Yandy Diaz, Brian Reynolds, Tyler O'Neill, Jose Ramirez singles, 11% EV. We're going to put together another card. We've got another 6-play card on PrizePicks available to us. We're only able to hit one football play, which is Debo's rushing attempts. And I don't feel great about that. Rush attempts, Debo less. And we'll head to the MLB side. Walker Buehler strikeouts. Less. We're going to go Yandy Diaz total bases, Brian Reynolds total bases, Tyler O'Neill. So that's Yandy Diaz, Tyler O'Neill, Reynolds, and then no singles for Jose Ramirez. Ramirez to not single. So we've got another 6-play card locked and loaded. This is the top 6 plays essentially on PrizePicks. I left out O'Neal Cruz for Jose Ramirez, but essentially the exact same value, same odds to win. 11% EV. We only go 6-0 like 2% of the time, but we're still getting positive value on it. So let's get that card locked and loaded. So there's another PrizePicks card in for you guys. That's 2 on the day. I'll share this one as well. Now, is there another site that's really standing out? If we go to the Pick'em Optimizer picks, PrizePicks, we got that. We might be able to squeeze out a little bit of value on Betr, but that's going to be it. There's nothing out there. All right, so Betr has Bueller, Yandy Diaz, Aaron Judge to be bad. That gets us to 15. This 4th one will probably save us. Skeens gets us to 7. And then Lennon Sosa. Yeah, the best that we can squeeze out is 3%. That's not high enough for me to want to put this in. So as best I can tell, we don't have an available Betr card. Underdog has Cantillo and nothing else. And I don't think that Underdog has any like free squares or anything available for us right now. No, just the vulture protection on the NFL side, nothing on the MLB side, nothing on the WNBA side. So we don't really have anything on Underdog either. I don't think we have anything left to look at for today. Limited baseball slate, 1 NFL game. If you can bet Jawan Jennings on Fanatics, you should do that. But otherwise, I think this is a pretty thin odd shopper live for us today, guys. We hit the sports books. We hit PrizePicks. There's nothing on Underdog. There's nothing on Betr. There was nothing else on any of the other pick'em sites either. Is there anything else you guys want to see before we get there? Eckler says check Dabble. I mean, we only have 2 plays that are plus EV. If you go Ayuk and Walker Bueller, you're still at -6. If you add in the 3rd play of Nick Gonzalez, you can get to 2. You got to hit all of them, though. The 4th play is going to give us EV, but not the way we want it. No, it actually took it away. Yeah, nothing on Dabble either. You can get 2% EV, 17% win rate on these 3, but I would like a little bit more of a buffer. We should have a full slate of baseball for tomorrow. We'll have NFL games coming up on Thursday. We'll certainly hit all the promos available on Friday for everything that's going to be available on Sunday. We have a massive UFC card on Saturday. Maybe we'll take a look at that on Friday as well. I'd like to get some bets down there. But for Odd Shopper Live, folks, I think we're done here. I appreciate you guys being here. It's just thin. There's not a lot going on today. Really weak MLB options. Only 1 NFL game, but we hit all the promos that we could. We took advantage of it last week and they helped out a ton. We did the exact same thing. If you want to learn more, head to the education tab in Odd Shopper. You could learn a little bit more about the sportsbook and pick'em sites. Sign up at Odd Shopper. There's a link in the description of this video, or go to oddshopper.com to sign up. Take a market-based approach to beating the books. Guys, I've been grinding out this tool for a little over a year now. It has been fantastic. We have all of the recommendations in our recommendation engine in this research tab. If you want to know how these picks have been doing, you can just click the button and find out. It's all right here. If I want to go to MLB and get the results, they're here. 2% overall. You want to pick individual type plays? You can do that right here. How the home run props this year? Not great, but you got to use some cutoffs for Odd Shopper rating. That's where it starts to make a difference. You could really cut it down. Strikeouts? They ran well, right? Yeah, 7% with any Odd Shopper rating. You go 5 or higher, 13% return on all strikeout props recommended. You put $5 on each one of those available bets. And let's just say they had to have a minimum 3 EV and you want a 55% win rate. That's still 600 plays, up 16.5%. You'd have $625 in profit after you did that. Hit every line you can at OddsShopper, folks. I'm telling you, we have the data here. Thank you guys for being here. I'm packing it in for this Monday. Let's win our same game parlays and come back here tomorrow with a lot more money. What do you say? Work for you guys? Works for me. Talk to you later.